Did you know your engine suffers more damage in the first 30 seconds of startup than during hours of driving? Engineers agree that most engine wear occurs during cold starts, when oil hasn't fully circulated yet. I've seen engines fail at 80,000 miles while others last past 300,000, and the difference often comes down to small startup habits most drivers ignore. The scary part, you're probably making these mistakes every morning, silently killing your engine, battery, and transmission. That's why today, I'll reveal 12 startup mistakes you should never make, and the simple fixes that keep your car running like new. Stick around, because even one could already be costing you thousands. And if saving money on repairs sounds good, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next. Mistake number 12. Revving the engine immediately after start. Drivers often love the sound of their car roaring to life, so they hit the gas the moment the engine fires. But this is one of the worst things you can do. At startup, oil hasn't fully circulated, meaning pistons, bearings, and valves are rubbing almost dry. Revving creates massive friction and scars cylinder walls, shortening your engine's lifespan dramatically. I once saw a Corolla lose compression way too early simply because the owner made this habit daily. The solution is simple. Let your car idle smoothly for 20-30 seconds before touching the accelerator, especially in cold weather. That short wait allows oil to reach critical parts and prevents costly wear. But even if you avoid revving, skipping the next habit could still lead to engine failure before you know it. Mistake number 11. Ignoring dashboard warning lights. When you turn the key, your dashboard lights briefly glow. Oil pressure, battery, ABS, and more. Most people ignore them, thinking they're just random icons. Big mistake. Those lights are a built-in system check. If one doesn't appear or stays on, it's your car warning you of trouble. I've seen engines seize completely because a driver ignored a flashing oil light at startup. Imagine paying thousands for an engine rebuild just because you didn't glance at the dash for 2 seconds. Always pause and check that all warning lights flash briefly, then go out. If any stays lit, investigate immediately. It's your car begging for attention. And while ignoring warning lights is risky, starting with the wrong accessories on can quietly destroy your battery and alternator. Mistake number 10. Starting with accessories on. Picture this. You start your car with the AC blasting, headlights on, and music thumping. At that moment, your starter motor already pulls a huge surge of electricity. Add accessories on top, and your battery and alternator take a heavy hit. Over time, this weakens electrical components and makes startups rougher. I've seen cars misfire simply because the battery was overloaded at ignition. While it may not directly grind engine parts, it shortens battery life and puts your alternator under constant stress. The solution is simple. Before turning the key, switch off all accessories. Once the engine is running smoothly, turn them back on. Your electrical system and wallet will thank you. But even if you manage your accessories, how long you hold the key can quietly chew through expensive parts you don't see. Mistake number 9. Holding the key too long. We've all done it. Turning the key just a little too long because we weren't sure the engine caught. But this tiny mistake has big consequences. Holding the key keeps the starter gear grinding against the flywheel, damaging teeth and shaking the engine violently. Replace a starter once and you'll feel the pain in your wallet. For push-button cars, holding the button down has the same harmful effect. The fix is simple. Turn the key only until the engine fires, then release immediately. Let the system handle the rest. One quick habit change can save you hundreds in repair. Now, if holding the key too long is bad, pressing the gas pedal during startup can be even worse, especially in modern cars. Mistake number 8. Pressing the gas pedal while starting. Older drivers often pump the gas pedal while starting, a trick from the carburetor days. But with modern fuel injection, it's not just unnecessary, it's harmful. Pressing the gas dumps extra fuel into the cylinders, creating a rich mixture that washes away the thin oil film protecting the walls. This accelerates wear and makes starts harder. In severe cases, it can flood the engine, leaving you stranded. I've had customers tow in cars that wouldn't start, only to find they'd simply flooded the engine by flooring the gas. The right way is simple. Foot off the pedal, turn the key, and let the ECU manage the fuel. Trust the computer. It knows exactly how much fuel your engine needs. But even if you keep your foot off the gas, Skipping the next small step can still leave your engine struggling every morning. Mistake number 7. Not waiting for fuel pump prime. Here's a little known one. Modern cars have electric fuel pumps that build pressure before ignition. If you twist the key straight to start without waiting, the system may not deliver enough fuel. That leads to rough starts, harder cranking, and added stress on injector. I've seen this habit kill fuel pumps years earlier than expected. The fix? Turn the key to the on position for 2 or 3 seconds. Listen for the faint hum of the fuel pump, then crank the engine. That tiny pause ensures proper fuel pressure and smoother start. It's free, easy, and adds years to your system. And while skipping pump prime hurts fuel delivery, forcing the steering wheel during startup can punish your engine in a completely different way. Mistake number 6. Starting with steering wheel fully turned. Most people don't think about their steering position at startup, but turning the wheel fully left or right while starting creates heavy stress. The power steering pump faces maximum pressure at the weakest moment of the engine's cycle. That extra drag strains the serpentine belt, wears out the pump, and can even cause early leaks in hoses and seals. Over time, it adds up to expensive repairs. The smarter move: always keep your wheel straight when starting, then turn once the engine has stabilized. I once replaced a power steering pump that failed way too early, all because the driver always parked with the wheel cranked. Now, even with the wheel straight, if your driving habits involve short trips, your engine could be paying the price. Quick pause. If you've already done at least one of these mistakes, hit the like button. Let's see how many drivers are guilty. Mistake number 5. Frequent short trips and starts. Engines are designed to reach operating temperature, but constant short trips stop that from happening. Moisture, fuel, and acids build up in the oil, causing sludge, corrosion, and exhaust. I've seen daily short trip cars age twice as fast as highway cars with more mileage. Oil never burns off contaminants. Spark plugs foul, and exhaust systems rot from the inside. Combine errands into one longer trip, or, once a week, take a 20-30 minute drive to let everything fully warm up. It's the cheapest preventive maintenance you can do. But while short trips wear out your oil and exhaust, abusing remote start in winter can quietly ruin your engine even faster. Mistake number 4. Remote start abuse in winter. Many drivers believe starting the car remotely and letting it idle for 10-15 minutes on cold mornings is good. Truth is, long idling wastes fuel and washes protective oil from cylinder wall. Modern engines warm up best under light driving, not extended idling. I've seen cars with carbon buildup and premature ring wear, simply because the owner idled too long every winter morning. The fix? Start the car, let it run for 30-60 seconds, then drive gently until it reaches temperature. That warms the engine, transmission, and catalytic converter more efficiently. Remote start is fine, just don't overdo it. Of course, even if you warm up correctly, a weak or dirty battery connection can sabotage your startup complete. Mistake number 3. Starting with weak or dirty battery terminals. A weak battery or corroded terminals don't just make your car hard to start, they can damage expensive parts. Dirty connections create resistance, making the starter struggle and the ECU misread sensor. This can lead to incomplete combustion, fouled spark plugs, and carbon buildup. I once cleaned a customer's corroded battery terminal, and their mystery misfire instantly disappeared. The solution is simple: inspect your battery regularly, clean corrosion with a wire brush or baking soda solution, and tighten loose clamps. Replace weak batteries before they kill your starter or alternate. And while a weak battery hurts, ignoring strange noises at startup can be even more dangerous, because those sounds are your car's first warning sign. Mistake number 2. Ignoring strange noises at startup. That squealing belt, rattling timing chain, or ticking lifter you hear at startup isn't just normal morning noise. It's your car crying for help. Drivers often ignore these sounds until failure happens. I had a customer who ignored a startup rattle, only to end up with a full timing chain replacement that cost thousands. Startup noises are critical clues. They often appear before catastrophic failure. The fix? Pay attention. If your car makes unusual sounds at startup, get it inspected immediately. Catching issues early saves money and keeps your engine alive. But even if your car sounds quiet, the way you press your pedals at startup could still be slowly damaging critical systems. Mistake number 1. Starting with foot half pressed on clutch or brake. This one's sneaky. In manuals, starting with the clutch half-pressed puts strain on the clutch master cylinder and start. In automatics, resting your foot halfway on the brake can stress the brake booster vacuum system. These habits might feel small, but over thousands of starts they add up. I once saw a clutch master cylinder fail prematurely because the driver never fully pressed the pedal at start. The fix is simple. In manuals, press the clutch fully to the floor before turning the key. In automatics, press the brake firmly and properly. These little habits protect components you don't even think of. Final thought, and there you have it. 12 startup mistakes that can quietly destroy your car if you're not careful. The truth is, engines don't usually fail from one big problem. It's these small daily habits that chip away at them over time. Break these habits now, and you'll add years of life to your engine, battery, and transmission, saving thousands in repairs. If this video helped you, hit that subscribe button and check out my next video, where I'll share the 5 best startup habits that make your engine last forever.